Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's episode on No, but seriously, let me explain. Hosted by the beautiful, intelligent Earth Angel Lala Davi. This podcast was designed to provide detailed business advice, next level resources, personal credit tips, and relatable relationship knowledge. Be sure to bookmark this page and subscribe because we wouldn't want you to miss any valuable content. And if you're struggling with poor credit, don't even worry about it. Just text Help My Credit to 507-400-3426. That's 507-400-3426. We have live agents standing by to cater to all your service requests. And now that that's out the way, let's make room for what the host has to say. Lala Davi, do your thing, girl.
Welcome to No, but seriously, let me explain. The phenomenal podcast series that will keep you fully engaged with all of the tips and tricks that you need in order to be successful while giving you lots and lots of flavor. I am your host, Lala Davi, and today we will be discussing business credit. Do you have the resources to help your business grow? No, but seriously, let me explain. Most people are really unsure of what it really takes to begin building business credit. And then there are just some businesses out there that really just don't understand how to maintain good business credit. But guess what? You already know your girl Lala, she got you covered. Business credit bureaus and consumer credit bureaus are two very different ways of tracking your two types of credit. Business credit is amazing because any business can really just get it even as if they're just starting up, they can still get it. And the key to getting a low rate, including loan financing and credit lines, is to have an established business. And hiding in plain sight to most business owners is that there are 4 main credit scores and up to 8 or more total scores. Credit scores have a business credit rating scale between 0 to 100. A score of 100 means that the business is less likely to have a late payment or a delinquent payment. By having a business credit history, you can pretty much separate this from your personal one. And you can definitely maximize the negative events that you might have on, your personal versus on your business. For an example, if you have some financial missteps that may have impacted your personal credit score in a negative way, they shouldn't impact your small business credit if you have established or cleared some type of separation between the two and vice versa. Unless you're really operating your small business as a sole proprietor or some type of general partnership, you will need to demonstrate that the business is separate from the owners. And one of the key benefits is that the corporations and the LLCs, the limited liability companies, they provide owners with protection of their personal assets. And keep this personal protection in place by constantly showing a clear separation between the two. These documents will definitely allow you to show some type of consistency between your business and your personal. And if you haven't done so already, you want to make sure that your business is incorporated. That's the way to go. And it's typically $100 to file it on the state of secretary. And the forms, they're very simple and easy to use. You may need a registered agent, and that can be anyone that you know who will accept any legal summons on your behalf or behalf of the company. Or it could be someone who does it for a small fee. It's up to you. I know that this process, it can be maybe 5 to 10 minutes long, depending on if you have everything in order and ready to file your articles of incorporation. So definitely keep that in mind when you're going to file. However, going back over to the business credit side, there are 3 major business credit bureaus. We have Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax. They will report business credit data completely and separately from your personal credit file. In order to start building credit, you want to make sure that you have an EIN and a business finance spreadsheet of some sort that's completely separate from your personal finances and your social security number. You will want to make sure that you have a DUNS number and DUNS profiles or any type of credit profiles that's set up through Experian and Equifax Business, because your business credit might report to Experian and Equifax, but doesn't report to Dun & Bradstreet. So you want to keep that in mind as well. And in order to really create a DUNS, you'll need to contact Dun & Bradstreet and set one up. You can find out whether or not you've already had one assigned by just searching for your business or putting in your business details on their website. And with Experian and Equifax, you'll need to set up trade lines that report to them in order to build profiles with them. Like with small businesses, they use things called trade references. And this is very common, when dealing with vendor accounts and vendor payment information with your company. Like in many jurisdictions, companies don't even need your permission. And as a new business starting out, you'll be paying in advance, leaving deposits, whether you're paying on shorter terms or it's by getting personal guarantees from owners, investors, or funds persons who could actually charge a fee to take that risk and be held liable. If you're doing a vendor's profit margin or some type of vendor account, you may have an established account that may be high enough or the risk may be low enough for you as a new business to come on board, and they'll set your limit at like $1,500 or $12,000 depending on the vendor that you're actually signing up and establishing a relationship with. And with that vendor account, you can definitely start to build strong business plans. And once you've passed that first tier of established vendor accounts, you can move on to tier 2. But if you have a strong business plan to share, you may be able to negotiate better terms with those vendor contracts, if you will. And I'll definitely give some more information about that. However, when selecting vendors, you may also consider or not if they're going to report to Dun & Bradstreet or to the other credit reporting agencies. Because again, not all businesses do this because it costs money for them to report it. And if you're in a hurry to establish credit, doing business with companies that may or may not report these can definitely speed up your process in knowing which ones to select. Like ironically, companies like Dun & Bradstreet, they can help you connect with their vendor customers. But again, this would be for a small fee. You want to make sure that you're able to start establishing small lines of credit first. Your vendor accounts, like through Staples or through Citi or through, Shell gas station, Quail, Granger. Who else? There's a ton of Crown. You want to make sure that you have your small lines before you're moving on to bigger lines. Like make sure that you do have open accounts, because with that, you will be asked what business credit bureaus that are currently reporting. Or you may have certain accounts that are already established and you want to go after other accounts that report to different credit bureaus that are currently not reporting a score for you. So it'll be wise for you to ask those vendors which business credit bureaus they report to. You also want to make sure that They do not ask for your social security number, because if they ask for your social security number, they require you to be signed as a personal guarantee. And that will typically means that you're personally liable for this debt. And that contradicts all the efforts that you've even made to separate your personal from your business. So you don't want to contradict that and put your social security number in these applications where your EIN number is supposed to go or your DUNS number should go. So definitely make sure that you're keeping an eye on that, because I don't want you guys to be held liable personally if you're building business credit. Like, this is all about building your business credit. And when you're starting and running a business, it can be very difficult. So between having your sales and your marketing, your staffing and cash flow, you may have so many other things on your plate, and paying a typical vendor account on time or things that you might just have to sacrifice for the sake of growing your business. But do you have what it really takes to run a successful business in today's constantly evolving market? Like, how did Netflix, a startup company, take over the movie rental business and destroy Blockbuster Video? Like, they destroyed Blockbuster. I remember having a couple Blockbuster cards. I don't even need that card anymore. Like, Netflix has definitely just ran over that market. And again, how did Uber take over the the local taxi companies? They still exist somewhat. But do we frequently call a taxi, or do we reach out and request the Uber or Lyft now? Like, they've definitely taken over the taxi cab industry. And for Google, how did they take over Yahoo's main business? I thought it was Yahoo search at one point, but now it's Google this, Google search. Google gonna tell you everything. Like, they took over. And what about Sam Walton, the owner of Walmart? Like, he just pulverized the retailer Kmart. Where is Kmart now? Nowhere around. Walmart, Sam Walton, he did his thing when he did that. Like, he just came and pushed Kmart out of business. Yes. But that's not to say that all small businesses can absolutely accomplish this. Like, you cannot accomplish this as well. Like, how can small businesses compete against large corporations? Startups and entrepreneurs can only win using their brains and not just their physical strength. Like, think about it. Behind every David and Goliath story in the business, there's a common denominator: strategic innovation. Yes, we have come to a very short commercial break, paid for by our lovely sponsors. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back after this message.
Yeah, what up, ATL? Look, you ballin', you bad and bougie with bad credit. That's most of y'all. Well, look, man, that's why y'all need to call my people at Exchange Credit Repair. That's right, Exchange Credit Repair will help you squash them inquiries, get rid of them collections, and bankruptcy. They'll even take child support off. I didn't even know they put child support on credit. Woo-wee! And boost your credit score. Let's get that credit score where you want so you can go get what you want. And if you mention Street 945, you get a 35% discount. Hein? So call my people right now at 678-420-5553, 678-420-5553, or visit my people at exchangecreditrepair.info. Exchange Credit Repair is a credit counseling business with experienced credit repair experts standing by to assist you right now. When I made this deal with them, I said, look here, you ain't got to pay me for the commercial. Just put my credit score where I want so I can go get what I want. When I went to them, they treated me like family. My privacy was all the way respected. They quick to fight for a client's right with the Bureau of Credit, creditors, and debt collectors. Conveniently located at 1 West Court Square in Decatur. Tell them Shout sent you.
As we may all know, credit markets were originally created to serve human needs, to provide businesses and individuals with capital to start or expand their business or to fulfill other financial needs. The only way for small businesses to compete and actually win the battle against these large corporations is through strategic innovation. I'm talking about creative ways of using technology to leverage your business, distributing leverage and creating talent to leverage certain aspects of the business while creating financial leverage and tax leverage and branding leverage, etc. Like, this is what's going to help your business. If your business is struggling, don't work harder. You need to change your strategy. Do everything that you need to do as far as scanning your business credit reports for errors, establish those trade lines. If you haven't done so already, we do have a trade line store that is available for all of our consumers as well as our credit clients that you can actually utilize. If you visit www.exchangecreditrepair.info, you can definitely search under AU Trade Lines and pull up the store that provides a inventory list of all of the detailed lines that we have available. And you can pick through those lines to see which one better serves your needs. We offer personal trade lines as well as business trade lines. If you do not see the list of available business trade lines, send me an email and I'll be more than happy to send out an active list of all of our available business trade lines that you can tap into as well. You want to make sure that you're paying all of your accounts on time. This includes all of your vendor accounts, any trade accounts that you have set up for yourself. You want to pay them before the invoice date, just to make sure that those business scores are being reported properly. And if you haven't set up a nav.com account yet, it is very wise to set up that nav.com account. The nav.com account will allow you to completely review your personal and your business credit reports in one convenient location. And each and every day, they're always helping new small business owners like yourself provide better financial management, as well as showing you which companies are available for you to access certain capital. So you'll have your business credit reports under one side, you'll have your personal credit reports under one side, and you'll be able to manage this under one easy to use portal. So definitely sign up for that account if you haven't done so already, as it's going to help you continuously manage those business accounts as you go along, as well as keeping a good close eye on your personal credit, because your personal credit matters too, right? We don't want to just have good business credit and have shot credit history on our personal. So no shot out credit history on the personal. We're focused on building both, as we want to continuously improve our situations. And the only way to improve them is by creating better outlets for ourselves. Though it's not as valuable as personal or real estate or business credit, it can definitely still be as important. And it shouldn't be an understatement when you're speaking of your personal credit. Like, business credit is the lifeblood of business. Yes. And it is definitely a bridge that will allow businesses to purchase raw materials, goods, and services, as well as sell products. Like, business credit plays an important role when helping businesses grow and maintain a positive cash flow and reputation. Having good business credit can provide you with a number of benefits that includes positioning your company for more favorable payment terms. Like, you would want to definitely have more favorable payment terms with any of the new vendors or supplies that you go after. So if you have favorable payment terms with these vendors and suppliers, you will have less stress, less headache when getting all of your materials in and out the door as quickly and as efficiently as possible. It'll also help you in reducing the number of times that you need to repay for products or services that you constantly purchase on a day. So allowing yourself to set up these vendors' accounts and allowing you to obtain better interest rates and credit terms from these lenders and banks, this is definitely going to be important when you're building your business credit. And once you have completely established and built really good business credit, you want to be sure that you're monitoring and protecting your hard work. I suggest that you learn to take some time to build your personal credit ratings as well. However, banks will almost never lend money out to a small business without some type of personal guarantee, some type of personal guarantor. Either it's the owner or someone the owner is close with. The bank will need to have that collateral, and that collateral will be in the form of the owner's credit rating. So if you do have good personal credit and you're willing to sign as a personal guarantee for, corporate loans, you will have a much easier time getting approvals for your company. And then in the end, it's just not the money that you're going after. You're also learning how to handle the money well, preserve it, protect it, and respect it over time as you see it's continuously growing and rewarding you, not only because you have it, but you'll also have it whenever you need it. But it'll also be reflecting a good business credit score. Business credit generally needs to be much higher, in terms of limits. And you'll need some type of good income producing financial statements so lenders can be informed of the quality of your business by generating this income to show them that your company is liable to have certain transactions of this amount coming in daily, whatever the case is, if it's daily or weekly. But your bank statement should reflect daily or weekly deposits of $5,000 or more with at least 30 transactions, and 90% of those transactions of the income deposits must be from your merchant providers or your payment source providers. Then you'll also be prepared to show those same bank statements to whichever lender that you're going to. So you want to keep that in mind also. But let's go ahead and discuss the PayPal business loan for a brief moment. Now, with this PayPal business loan, it is a very fixed, small business loan based on your overall business needs and your business health. The loans range from $5,000 to $100,000 for first-time borrowers and up to $150,000 for the repeat borrowers. So you can definitely continuously go back and forth and get more capital. However, you must have a credit score of at least 620. You must have a PayPal account in good standing for at least 90 days. And you must have been in business for at least 9 months. Your annual revenue must be at least $40,000. If your application is approved, funds will be transferred to your PayPal business account as soon as the next day. How incredible is that? Yes, you'll be able to pay one competitive rate at a fixed price. You'll never have to worry about late fees. You'll never have to worry about early repayment fees or any type of hidden processing fees. You'll have the option to choose whichever term is best for your business and then repay it automatically with predictable weekly payments. And click on the link below inside of this description box to check eligibility. Completing the questionnaire will assess your business eligibility. And this will allow you to review estimated offers if you're eligible. And it will definitely not affect your personal credit in any type of way. So you can go ahead and start checking today. Upon accepting an approval, however, this will definitely trigger credit checks and other pertinent public information checks. And this will definitely impact your consumer credit, possibly by 2 points if it's just with this lender. Just don't go out and start applying for multiple loans. And then you don't have to worry about having multiple points taken from your credit. So if you're concerned about your credit, then I am happy to let you know that there is an alternative option for you as well. Like PayPal is also offering working capital that will allow you to borrow $5,000 up to $150,000, depending on your daily income. Yes. With this program, you must have a bare minimum of $15,000 to $20,000 within the PayPal account in a 12-month span. So your transactions must have generated up to $20,000 if you're on I think it's a Premier account or business account with PayPal. And if you have the business or Premier account with them, then yes, you can absolutely apply for this with no credit check. And this is for working capital. So it's based off of your income history through PayPal. The way this loan is repaid back is quarterly and is using a percentage of your gross sales. I do have the link available for all of you go-getters out there that's ready to apply today and go ahead and get that working capital going. So, like the wise one, Robert Kiyosaki once said, there are people out there making a killing in terms of income, but still buried under blankets of debt. So what happens is they end up having to pay, keeping very little for themselves. The opposite is also very true, which is there are ones who don't have the highest income, but they still enjoy their money because they keep more of it. So if you're keeping more of your money, you're not really focusing on so much of your income because it's not about the income, but rather about how much income you have that's disposable. You need to run your household like a business and manage your finances like a bank. The lack of money is not your problem. It's the mismanagement of life that's holding us back from maximizing on our earning potentials. I do think that people have more common sense than most people like to give credit for. It's ideal to prepare today for the wants of your tomorrow. So step out of your comfort zone and do something positive that will make your life much easier by tomorrow. As we have come to the end of the show, I really hope that you have enjoyed this episode. Don't hesitate to leave any comments, questions, or concerns or advice that you might have at goaxlala.com. The floor is always open to all of my incredible listeners. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, because you don't want to miss out on any of the new and exciting content coming your way. I would like to send you much love, give big thanks for tuning in to No, But Seriously, Let Me Explain. I am your host, Lala Davi, the one with all the sauce. I will see you again next week with more show for ya. Until then, stay bold, beautiful, and brilliant. Love ya.